Hello and welcome back to episode 1. In this video, we're going to be building this main structure of our ride-sharing application. So we need to set up navigation on our mobile app. In this case, there are a lot of alternatives out there. We have React Router Native. We have React Navigation. I think those are the most popular. You can even use set state in React hooks to set your route, but a lot of complexity will not be actually handled, such as navigation around back and forth. That might not be very easy. So as a result, we'll be using React Navigation. So let's check out React Navigation. Okay, so on React Navigation, let's look at how we can install React Navigation. One thing to actually point out, please, this is very, very important, and please be careful and take note of this. In most cases, I run into errors when I don't use Expo to install my packages. So instead of using yarn or npm, you can simply say, you can just copy this package, and in your terminal, you say, you run expo install instead of yarn add or npm install. Just say expo install. So here I will say expo install React navigation. Okay, that is coming in. So right now I'm inside my app component. Okay, so while that is installing, let's go back to the React navigation tutorial. So we also need to install dependencies. So we just wait for this to finish, and yeah. So yeah, you can see some errors. Some errors are popping up. Let's ignore that for now till those packages are done installing on our system. Okay. So the next one I want to do is to run the expo install as directed in the React navigation tutorial. I'm going to paste the link to this website in the description below. I think that is all for now. And also, I need to use the drawer navigation. So as a result, I will need to install React navigation / drawer as well. So I will do the same thing by copying this. Go back to the terminal. Okay, this is not done installing. Okay, while that is happening, let me go ahead and neat up this setup. So the way we're going to be structuring our app is we have our app component. Okay, now this is done. Let me, oh, sorry, 1 second. Expo install. Okay. Now, while this is running, let me structure my application. So I have my application right here, which is my the root of my application app.js, and that's the only JavaScript file that we have. I'm going to delete this text and the button, and I'm also going to be removing this align center and justify center because we really don't want that. Also, I'll change this background color to light gray. Sorry, light gray. Now you see that it's not taking effect. Just press Control or Command M to reload the application, and that should yield some good result. So as you can see, the status bar is gray, and we have a neutral ground to actually code our app out. So I'm going to be introducing you to the structure, but before we do that, let's quickly install a couple of extensions. First one is material icon. You see that under extension tab here. I'm going to click that so that I can view my folders much clearer than the way it is in the default VS Code thing. So the effect of that is the way we are seeing our folders now instead of just this caret alone. The next one I want to have is ReactNative tools. I also want to install ES7 Redux, React, GraphQL, React Native snippets. It will help me a lot whenever I'm building my components. Now, going back to the app, what I want to do is to create a folder for my screens. I'll create a folder now, I'll call it screens, and also create another folder, I'll call it components. Okay. Oh, sorry, let me drag it out. Supposed to, yeah, screens, and we have components. So component will be the pieces that make up our app, while screens will be like each of the screens that make up our application. So a simple screen will look like this. Let me go ahead and create a simple screen. Let me call this home screen.js. My home screen.js. So to start this file, I can simply say rnces, rnfes, yeah. RNFES is you're trying to say, okay, React, this stands for React Native Functional Export Component. So when you run that, it generates a barebone React file for React. It generates the content for you. So you have import React from React, you have style sheet, text, view. These are basic things that you do need in most cases, but not all the time. So we have basically what we need right now. I will go ahead and just give it a basic styling. I'll say I want to have my container. My container should have flex of 1, align items should be center, and justify content also center. Okay, then I'll give it a background color of ash 1C, 1C. Let me just go with gray, like let's go with white for now. Yeah, white. Okay, so that will be all. Before we go, let's attach them. I'll say home screen, or let me just say home. Then I'll give this, sorry, not style. So style will be equals to styles dot container. So right now, this is what my home screen is, but I'm here to attach it to my page. So if I want to do that, I'll simply come here. Now, VS Code gives us IntelliSense. It allows us, it gives us that benefit of, importing automatically. For instance, if I press this angle bracket and I type home screen, it's going to automatically import the home screen for me. I'll hit enter, and then I have import home screen from screen/home screen, and I press, I close the tag like this, like a self-closing tag, and I save it. What this will do for me is to bring in the home component right here. As you can see, we have home. But before we go ahead, I need to show you how to set up React navigation. So we already installed all the dependencies. We'll go back to React navigation. We start with the getting started. And under getting started, we already installed everything we need to install. And as required, you are meant to put these at the root of your app, which is import React navigation gesture handler. So I'll put that at the root of my app itself, like so. Also, I have import navigation container from React Native. Preferably, that could wrap your home screen, like where you have your home screen, that could be there. So I'm going to remove the home screen for now. I'll drop this, sorry, I need to put that at the top. Okay, so I'll drop it here, navigation container. Then I have navigation container. Now, this is not the end. So basically, after this, we now get to define our route. So what kind of route, what kind of navigation do I want? I want the drawer navigation, like the one we have on Uber app. So I'll go ahead and click on drawer navigation right away. And let's look at what it wants us to do. We already installed the dependency. And then the next thing we want to do is to import our components. So we have our home screen, and we are passing navigation as a prop. For now, let's just go ahead and define a navigation. So we have drawer.navigator. That means we are importing drawer. So we are importing create drawer from React navigation / drawer. So let's first import this. So I will say import create drawer, and in my application I will say const drawer equals create navigator drawer, create drawer navigator, sorry. Then I will come here and pass in drawer dot navigator, right? And then I will have after that, from documentation, we have drawer dot screen, okay? And I need to specify my initial route. So I'll go ahead and say drawer dot screen. Sorry about that error. It's going to go in a bit. We have name equals home, and the component will be equal to what? Home screen. Let's go ahead and save this. And then we have the home screen in front of us. Also, I will set the initial route name to be home. So right now, if I try to pinch from the side of the screen, you see that nice drawer coming out of the screen. Sorry, this is a kind of delicate, yeah, so that's it. I can go ahead and add one more screen. I'll just come to home screen and copy everything I have here, and I'll create a settings screen. So I'll say settings screen .js, then I'll drop it here. So I'll replace where I have my home screen. So I'll just look out for home and press Ctrl F or Command F on Mac, and I'll say settings, and I replace that. So I have settings screen, settings, and then I have what? Setting screen as the default export. For one more screen, let me see. We have trips and we have app screen. So yeah, say trips screen dot JS, right? So I drop this, I'll do the same thing, home, I'll convert it to what? Trips. So I save that. I'll go ahead and create one more, new, help screen.js, and I drop this as well. I'll replace home with help. And that's it. I have my what? 4 screens that I need in this app for now. So I go to my app. I'm going to duplicate this a couple of times. So I have home. The next one after home will be my trip screen. So let me say your trips. So the title, the name of this will be your trips. Yeah, space is allowed. So I'll come here like I did for my home screen. I will say trip screen, and that get imported into my my app.js automatically. So I'll also go ahead and import the help screen, and I'll change the name to help. Please note, these names have to be unique because those are what it will be using for navigation. Also, we have settings. And then I'll change it from home screen to settings screen. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check our app. I'll bring out the drawer again. It's currently refreshing. So help screen, it can't find the help screen. Let me see why that is not working. Oh, okay, let me try and fix this. Okay, I have help screen. That's now imported. I'll save it. That should fix the problem. Yes. Now you have all the navigations showing like this right in our app. So simple, you see? Now let me give you a run through of what we did earlier. we went to React Navigation and we installed all the dependencies that we need to set up React Navigation. I brought in this line, ReactNative gesture handler. I also brought in the navigation container from React Navigation / native. And then I also brought in create drawer navigator from React Navigation / drawer. And I am creating my drawer with by just calling these as a function, and then I have my drawer. So now in the navigation container, I have to define my navigation structure, which is drawer.navigator. Initial route is home. Drawer.screen is where we define each of the screens that we want to bring into our app. And as you can see, all the screens are here. So when I click on trips, it takes me to trips. 1 second. When I click on help, it takes me to help. And when I click on settings, it takes me to settings. And when I come to my home, it's still home. So I'll go ahead and click on components and create a component called a menu drawer, right? I'll call it menu drawer. Menu drawer.js. The number deal, I have RNFES, that's React Native Functional Export Component with styles. Great. So I will just go ahead and start writing my code. So to build a drawer, it could be a little bit tricky. I'll show you how that works. Number one, we have, so let me show you how this works. Basically, we are passing a particular prop to this, and which is state and navigation, right? So with the state, we can know all the list of routes that we have, right? We know all the list of routes that we have. We're not going to code more of this right now. I'll just go ahead and give you the layout first. So I'll be using the save area view. Save area view. So instead of view, I'll say I want to use save area view. And I still want to apply what I do normally, which is style is equal to styles dot container. So in my container, I'll say container flex of 1. It should occupy should occupy everywhere, right? And I also want to give it what's it called? Padding. Let me not give it padding top yet. I'll apply that on the profile. Okay, so let's proceed. So in my save area view, I want to divide this into let me see. In the Uber app, we have basically that black area, then we have the light, we have the white area. So that's basically what I'm trying to replicate. So what I would do is to structure it like this. I have my view, right? See, this view will be style is equal to styles dot profile, and I will also have another one which will be a scroll view. So scroll view is not here, but it will be imported from React Native. Okay, hold on 1 second. We have scroll view from React Native gesture handler. So I'll go ahead and drop this. Okay, then I will say style equals style dot links. Okay, that's where I'll put all my links. Then I have another one, another view, which I'll close here. I'll say style equals styles dot footer. Okay, so let's start styling out these things one by one. So first is my profile. Say my profile first. I want to give it padding top. Now, padding top should be, I will say platform.os, okay, is equal to Android. If it's Android, then I will say status bar dot current height. Now, if this status bar is not working as it should, that means it's importing it from the wrong place. So I want to import it from React itself. So I'll say status bar from here. I'll say status bar dot current height. Whenever there is no IntelliSense, then you should know something is fishy. Try to fix that before you proceed. So I have the current height. I also have background color. I give it the background color of black. Okay. Background color of black. I also give it a height of 160. And I also give it flex direction of row. Okay, because by default it is column. Then I will say align items to the center, and padding horizontal, that is padding left and padding right. I'll give it 15, and then that's all for profile for now. The next one is the links. So for links, I would say I want to give it a background color of white, flex of 1. If you notice, there is nothing like flex of 1 here. I only give it a height of 160. That means whatever space is left should be occupied by the links. Then I'll give it padding of, sorry, just padding of 10. And aside from that, it remained the footer. So I'll say footer. It's not really a footer. We're just styling. We're just giving it a name that we can relate with. Okay. So I would say border top width is 1. Border top color is light gray. Sorry, I have to be in quote. It's a string. Light gray. And the height will be 50. Flex direction, of course, the row. And align items will be center. Finally, we'll have justify content and padding horizontal. Justify content, the space between, and padding horizontal will be 15 as well. So now we can't see this because we are here to pass it into our drawer. So I'll go ahead and insert it now. I'll say drawer content. Okay, so there will be a prop. I'll say drawer content equals. So drawer content equals. We can use something like a function. I'll say props. So because we are passing some props to it, props, and then from my props, I will call the component I want to use, which is the menu drawer. So I'll call the menu drawer like this. That will be imported right from my component, and that's it. I'm going to pass the props now. So how do I do that? I call my I spread the props inside my menu drawer. So let's check that. The app should be done refreshing. Okay. All right, so it's saying it can't find the variable style. So that's an error in the drawer. Let's go ahead and fix that. I have to have been calling, yeah, here we have style.links instead of styles.link. So don't get scared by the errors in React Native. In most cases, it's just basically what you actually type. So you just look at it, watch out for the error, fix it, and that's it. And now we have the drawer navigator layout right in my React app, but none of these my links are showing. So let's go ahead and fix that. I'm in my menu drawer, and you can see that I've not actually put anything right here. So I'll go ahead and put, at least render the links. But before I go, let me show you what's inside state and navigation. I'll say console.log. By the way, if you navigate to your browser, let me show you. I'll say state and navigation. So if you navigate to your browser right now, you will see the list of what's it called? You see the output of your console right here. Okay, so in my navigation, this is what my navigation looks like. Can go back, navigation.navigate. This is actually what we used to move from one place to the other in most cases, unless you want to do something like go back or reset or stuff like that. Also, you can do navigation.toggle drawer. That will help you to toggle this drawer. We'll use that in a bit. And then we have states, right? Under states, we have routes, and that's basically where we have all the list of routes that we have configured in our drawer list of drawer navigations. We have home, we have your trips, you have all of them, and basically what I need is the name, right? Route.name. So I'll go ahead and render that in my links. I would say with the curly bracket, this is like an expression which is going to evaluate to hold on one second, let me check something. Okay, so we have the key as well. Oh, awesome. So I will say states, right, dot routes dot map. Map function will return another array, and that's valid in React. So we'll go ahead and say routes. Routes will return a link. So let's go ahead and, for now, let me just go ahead and export a text instead. So I'll say text. And what will be the content of my text will be what? I'll say route.name. Okay. And here I have to pass in key so that I can keep track of every iteration here. So that will be route.key. I'll go ahead and save this, and that should show you all the listed routes right here. So this is of course not doing anything, and I would like to create a link component and style it out appropriately. So what I would do is to create a separate link right in this same file. So how do I do that? I'll come here and say const link is equal to I need the name, and I also need the navigation object. Now this will return something. What's it going to return? I'll just say I want touchable opacity. Now touchable opacity should be imported by default. Okay, yeah, is imported already. Now touchable opacity, the way it works is when you click on something, it just kind of reduce opacity when you tap on it, just to show that you're tapping on something. Just a feedback for the user. I'll say touchable opacity, then I will close it. Now in between my touchable opacity, I'll have my text. Okay, and the text is going to have, I'm going to pass the name of the routes right here. Also, we have this event called onPress. Now, when you press this, what should happen? That's what they're saying. So I will say navigation dot navigates name. That is, navigate to that route whenever you click on that name. That's the meaning. Okay. Now, aside from that, we need to pass in a style for these our what's it called, link. So I'm going to say style is equal to styles dot link. Remember that we have links already, so I'll just add a style for link. Okay, so I'll come and style this out, right? So for the link, I will say I want it to have text align of left, text align left. I also want to give it a padding of 6, then padding left of 10. Okay, font size should be 17.5, and margin will be 5. Now I'll go ahead and use link right at the middle of my code here. I will say the text should have, okay, so instead of text that I have here, I'm going to change it to link. And link is going to take in some arguments. Let me get rid of this one. Of course, it needs a key all the time. And I'll close this tag first. I need a name. So name will be equals, name will be equals route.name. And then navigation will be equals navigation. Yeah, and that's it. So let me get rid of this console.log just to show us what's going on. And boom, we have this. Now, when we click on it, see what happens. It takes us to the home route. And when I tap on your trips, it shows me my trips again. Then when I click on help, it takes me to help. When I click on settings, it shows me my settings. So basically, we have been able to set up our route, and we've been able to set up our drawer navigation right in our React app. To wrap this up, I'm going to be putting in my picture as my avatar in this area where we have the profile, and then I'll add the footer. So let me go ahead and add the footer first. So what will be in this footer basically is just a text. So the first text will be style equals styles dot footer text. Okay, and what will be in the footer text is ride sharing. Okay, I'm going to create another text again, and that will say version 1.0. Okay, and I'll call this style equals styles dot version text. Okay, so let's go ahead and style that after our footer. So basically I'll say footer text has a color of black, color of black, black, and my version text has a color of dark gray. I'll save that. And then we have ride sharing version 1.0. Finally, I'm going to add my profile information. So let's go ahead and do that. So in my profile, I'll put in an image, and the image is already in my assets. So before I do that, let me just put in the text. I'll say text, and I'll put my name, Abdulsami Ajala. So I will say style equals style equals styles dot profile name. So I'll go ahead and define that. Say profile name. Profile name. My profile name, we have a color of white, because this is a dark background. White is the best here. And then we have font size of 15. Let me save that, and then I have my name, Abdulsami Ajala. So what is left is my picture. So I'll go ahead and put my picture in this asset folder, and then I will call it. So when dealing with image in React Native, there are several ways of getting that image right into your React Native application. One of them is to import that picture. You can say import profile pic from dot slash, okay, dot dot. I'm going out into the asset folder and I'm picking jalasem.jpg. And then just before here, I will put image. So image is not yet in our code. I can type image again to get auto import my image, and I'll close it. And the source of this image will be equals to what? Profile pic. And that should give me my picture right away. So I want this picture to be round and all, so I need to style it out. I'll say style equals styles dot profile pic, right? So in my profile pic, I'm gonna define profile pic and say border radius equals let's say 50. Okay, yeah, very round. And then aside from that, I want to give it an height of 65. It would be fair to give it the same border radius. Give it a width of 65 so that they'll be the same width and height. And then margin right of 5. Okay. I think that space is not enough, so let me change it to 10. Okay, great. That is our ride sharing app. We have the drawer navigation set up, and everything works. The next episode will look at how to add a menu drawer, like a menu icon, and also we'll build our map view for the ride sharing app. Thank you very much for following it to the end of this episode. I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye.